here with Heidi Conrad, who is going to be putting on quite a performance in a bit, I guess. What are you going to be doing?
We're going to be riding unicycles.
All right, they're going to lead in the Chattahoochee's historic fire truck, which dates from, I think they said 1929. And they said you guys are going to be in front of it, and its brakes are not too sound, so it should be an experience here downtown Chattahoochee. If you're not here, you probably want to come on down with us. But it's going to be a great day. Let me tell you a little bit about what's going on here. This is Project Share, which is a project of the Chattahoochee Main Street organization, which is a fairly new organization. It's only been going for a couple of years now, but they have a lot of really good things going on. And they've got children's activities going here. There are kids taking part in arts and crafts and things like that. And there's a lot of stuff going on for the kids. I think there's some food here. Chattahoochee Main Street is here. They got music. In a little bit, they're going to have photos with Santa and a lot of other things like that. But it's a really nice event, and we hope that everyone will come out and enjoy it. Santa Claus is set to arrive here at Heritage Park, which is right downtown on Chattahoochee. As you come in, look for the Heritage Park sign, and it's where the big mural of the steamboat is, which you can kind of see behind us there. And it's going to be a really neat event today. Also, a little bit later today, we're going to officially light the city's Christmas tree. That's going to be a really fun event as well. Um, we also have, let me bring up one of the other cameras here, and we will show you some of the other activities that are going on out here. Here you can see in the background, you can see the kids are all having fun. There is all kinds of arts and crafts. There's face painting. There's a lot of things like that. So it's a great time to come out and bring your kids out, or your nieces and nephews, or I guess just grab a kid from the neighborhood, I don't know, and bring them out and have a good time here in Chattahoochee, Florida. And we're going to talk a lot today about Chattahoochee. We're going to talk a lot about what's going on in this community. They have all kinds of fun things. In fact, Pam, let's see if we can get Pam Medley to come over and talk with me a minute. You want to slide out? Let's let Pam slide in. All right, we're going to Pam Medley is going to join me for a second. She's with Chattahoochee Main Street, the organization that is putting all this together. And Pam, if you would, why don't you tell us a little about what all you have going on today?
Well, today is our 4th annual Christmas at Heritage Park here in Chattahoochee, Florida. And we just invite the community out. This is one of our give backs. We do a lot of fundraisers, but this is one of the give backs to the community. And so we historically have class for the children and adults. They sometimes get into it as well. And we have, yes, we have, yeah, you should do that. We have some face painting going on over there. We have great cocoa and hot spiced tea as well, and cookies, great cookies over there. We have a little bit of music later, and we'll have our Santa Claus will be here at 4:30, which is pretty soon.
Yeah, we're about 28 minutes away from the arrival of Santa Claus.
And then we'll have, after Santa, we'll have the very last thing we do here this evening is we have a Christmas tree lighting. And we sing carols and light the Christmas tree for the rest of the month.
Everyone who's looking for a little bit of Americana, kind of a small city, small town Christmas, where they say that people don't have them anymore, you guys do.
We do. We love it, and people love it. You know, as a matter of fact, there's several things going on today, and we're just kind of piggyback this year on top of it.
That's good.
There's a lot going on in Chattahoochee today.
That's really good. And in fact, Chattahoochee, as they come into this season, they really have a lot to be thankful for this year, because the community is showing some real progress this year.
Yes.
You got a new restaurant in town.
True. We've got our newest restaurant is Revitalization, a company that is a catering company, Soiree, and then they have broadened their horizon by having this restaurant. It's just exceptional.
It's so good that you have to get reservations to go there
That
at
is
night.
true. That is true. You can, lunch is crowded, but you need a reservation tonight. They strongly suggest it. If you don't want to wait, you should get one. Um, and we've got, we can kind of feel the change
Mhm.
in our community. You talk to people, there's an excitement has been building in the community. People kind of feel like the timing for us seems has really come around.
Yeah,
There's
I
so many
mean,
things in place right now that are just beginning to happen.
having been back in the area and having been involved to some degree in, but also watching what's been going on here in Chattahoochee, really impressive. Because you've seen restaurants like Northside Seafood or the pizza restaurant or the Chinese, some of the others come in and they're surviving.
Exactly,
Which,
they are. Yes.
which is speaks well for the Main Street area of Chattahoochee as a business community. You're really beginning to see some life come in there. Your events are drawing large groups of people, and you're the gateway to the new Apalachicola River National Scenic Trail and Blueway. So a lot going on here in Chattahoochee. Thank you for joining us. Let me put up the graphic here a little bit, and we will let everyone know what is going on today. And you can see it here. Let's see here if I can do this right. There we go.
That's it.
It'll be going until 6 o'clock. Now that's Eastern time, and of course Chattahoochee is one of these communities that is right along the Apalachicola River, which divides us from Central time. So it'll be going until 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, or thereabouts.
Yes.
You got children's activities underway. Santa will be arriving in about 25 minutes now. So if you're near Chattahoochee, you've still got time to get down. We have a beautiful afternoon going, and we're going to let you go. And if you wouldn't mind, see if you can round up Ben for us.
I'm sure will.
And we will talk with him a little bit about some of the good things that Main Street has underway in terms of attracting business and improving the community.
Okay. And before I go, I would just love to thank you for what you do.
Well, thank you.
For our community,
Thank you.
for our state, for the South.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. We appreciate you so much.
Well,
and Two Egg TV.
We really appreciate that. And this is our second live broadcast on Two Egg TV. We did Chipley Christmas Fest a week ago and had a great time with that. And we're having a great time here today. And when I retired, and I can't do as much as I used to, but I really enjoy doing what I can to help our communities in the area, to help us build a future for our kids and our grandkids, which I think is what we're all about.
Yep.
And places like Chattahoochee, you really see coming to life, and that makes it fun to be a part of what you have going on. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
We invite everyone to come out.
All right. And we will we'll talk a little bit more about Project Share. If you can round up Ben for me, we'll be good to go. Thank you. All right. Once again, we are here live, and you can hear Pam jingling her way away. She's going to round up Ben Chandler for me in a minute, and he's going to talk to us. And we've got a lot going on out here today that really is making this a fun event. The Two Egg TV players are here, and if you're not familiar with the Two Egg TV players, they are the best high-performance unicycle team that you'll find anywhere in the area. And in fact, I think if we bring up the camera, maybe even we can convince Rachel to bring out her unicycle and show off a little bit. Could you do that for us, Rachel? All right, she's going to come into the, there she is, and right behind me, wave back there. And let's see, she's going to bring out the unicycle for us. And you know, Two Egg is a small community. We're a small TV station, and of course, we can't afford actually a two-wheeled bicycle. So, so we go for unicycles. But check this out. Yeah, she's quite good at it, as you can see. And we got the whole team here, and they are going to they're going to be part of this, and it's all going to be a fun time. Let me bring up the other camera and see her out there, whatever she's doing there. There she is, off over by the train caboose there. Ben, if you want to come around and join us, we're watching Rachel put on a bit of a show right now, and here she comes back again, I think. So let's see here. But yeah, the Two Egg TV players, we name them that because they take part in our various shows that we do. And thank you very much, Rachel. The we took a break there. You actually, I believe, tried the unicycle a bit earlier, Ben, is that right?
Yeah, I sat upon it and leaned against the wall.
Now,
Give it a go.
Ben is the director of Chattahoochee Main Street, and we were just talking with Pam Medley about all the things that you guys have going on here. And it's really fascinating to see the way the community is taking on some life. I think you should take pride in that.
It really has been neat. And a lot of it, just unfortunately, given the nature of how much work we have to do, a lot of it has been so foundational, behind the scenes kind of work. And I know a lot of folks are antsy to see some things happen. Heck, we're antsy to see things happen. But it just, as we're finding out, it takes a lot of time. You got to get a lot of the gears in motion to make some things happen. We want to make sure we're making the right relationships outside of the community to put us in a position where we're a team player with the region. Because we can't do this alone. And there's so much going on around us in the county and the region and surrounding counties that we want to be a part of that too. And things that benefit us economically and such will benefit the other communities as well, and vice versa. So we really want to focus on those relationships every time.
A lot of what you've been doing involves the planning stage, the historic property survey, things like that.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about that, because Chattahoochee is a very historic city.
Definitely. In this last year, we were awarded a grant from the Historic Resources to survey up to 500 structures. So, initially, the plan was to do everything inside the city. Anything that dated 1970 and prior to that. And what we quickly found out is everything in town matches that description. So we had to parse it down a bit, and so we've done the first phase to try to establish what structures could qualify for the National Registry, whether it's a structure by structure basis or if we could categorize it by district.
Sure.
And then we put in an application that we feel good about getting to do a second phase. So if we get that, it would start early in 2017.
Now, a lot of people do not realize the fact that Chattahoochee is actually, and we mentioned this with Pam, but you're building a reputation for a growing restaurant and cafe business here. That I've been impressed with the number of little cafes or restaurants that have come in that are surviving and doing well. They're thriving. And it's got, I guess, our area's first French restaurant in a small community.
That's exactly right. Back in August, I believe, we had Rutabaga Cafe.
And you don't have to eat rutabagas to go there.
That's right.
They just like the name. So
Billy Austin and Daryl Gibson started that up back in the summer. They first actually came and participated in our Fourth of July celebration before they actually opened up their restaurant. They sold out before anybody else, so they moved on to another event later that same day. But they had done an incredible job, not only with bringing folks in the community, building that interest, but they have a separate catering business that really is very very successful. And so they've been bringing their clients from Tallahassee on the regular. That's always not only just showcasing what they're doing, but showcasing the area. So people need to know this is good.
Now, one thing we talked about, this is one of several events that Chattahoochee Ministry puts together. You guys also do the fireworks, line, you have a Halloween event usually. And what else do you have going on in the community?
Well, those are the two main things. We're still trying to find that signature. Is there anybody else in the lane that can draw from like but a lot of what we're trying to do I'm doing the education is really help our local communities. That's really part of what it's all about. It's economic development, historic preservation. That's the main tenet. And so we're working with existing businesses. We want them to be strong. And the best business recruiting tool is a solid, healthy business partner.
He just likes to make fun of
We're trying to help put them all.
the entire 8 years I was in the military. matter where we went in the world, he always had something to say about
workforce training, business planning, marketing, social media exposure, and get them connected with those resource providers. And ultimately, it's a free, no cost to run that business on them. But there are these providers out there that are public to, for example, the Small Business Administration, so it's a big tax dollars that can use it. And so it goes right back in the community.
And if someone is looking for a great small community to retire to open a business, to open a bed and breakfast, to open a cafe, to open a little shop, Chattahoochee is a great place to consider. Well, who should they get in contact with and how?
We need all those things, and Chattahoochee Main Street would be the first stop for that, certainly. Our office can be reached at 850-663-2323 or by email at info@chattahoocheemainstreet.org. And Ben Chandler, that's the contact person on that. We've got something that's coming up, a major event next month, January 14th and 15th, to be held at the restored electrical arsenal here, and it's called Galvanizing Gas, the Business Resource Symposium. And it started out that we were going to invite our local businesses to come and have a showcase for all these business resource providers that are speaking in. And what that, I brought that idea to the Commerce and to get some kind of development council. And it's something they've been thinking about doing also. So it became, let's make this all about Jackson County. We really wanted to do it. I wasn't sure if we could make that happen. That's what we were hoping for. And to really turn it into a snowball as far as getting this thing organized. And so it'll be a place for, over that 2-day period, for business owners to come in, hear some good insight from experts in the field that can help give them direction for some of our needs. We know statistically 80% of new jobs, this is across the country, 80% of new jobs come from existing businesses. And in a rural community like ours, it can be 90 to 95%. So we really need to focus on that.
Outstanding. And the really important news is we're about 13 minutes from Santa Claus now, right?
That's exactly right. We should be riding on a sleigh anytime.
Yeah, we're expecting, and I think we were talking about the antique fire truck that they, I think it's built in 1929. It's a real, we'll show it to you as it arrives. But thanks a lot, Ben. Thank you for joining us today.
Appreciate it.
And we will, let's bring up the main graphic about what we have going on here today, so that everyone can learn a little more about it. And that's actually our live broadcast. Well, let's try the different one. I got too many here. I think this is it. Let's try it. There we go. This is Project Share. It's put on by Chattahoochee Main Street. It will be going until 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern this afternoon. The children's activities are out there. They're having a great time. And the 2-egg TV players should be making their way to the fire truck, I think, about now, because they've got about 10 minutes left before they will lead Santa Claus in. So, and you don't want to miss that, because we've had them don elf hats and the whole 9 yards today, and we are very excited to have them. Let me show you a little bit about what's going on in the park here today. We'll put on our live cameras and look around. As you can tell, this is 2-egg TV. It's a small operation. I switch it all myself as we're going live, but that's how I learned TV a while back. There you can see the caboose and some of the activity here, and here's some of the other activity going on. Let me turn this camera a little bit, and there we see the 2-egg TV crowd. There's Heidi and Elijah getting ready to go lead in Santa Claus on their unicycles. And in the background, you can see we've got kids enjoying face painting and different arts and crafts, and some cocoa and spiced tea, whatever that is. That sounds like something that my grandpa used to make back in the woods. But so we got a nice crowd going here, and it's been a kind of a steady flow of people through today. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm glad that everyone is coming out and having a good time with it. We've got a great weather for this. Perfect day for it. It's a really nice afternoon to be outside. And we are here at Heritage Park, which if you try to find that when you get to Chattahoochee, look for the big red caboose on Highway 90 is the best way to describe it to you. Chattahoochee Main Street is out. We've got a lot of other organizations out and about helping with kids, doing all kinds of activities out here. And if you want to get your kids photo taken with Santa Claus, this is the place. You can come and get that done a little bit later. Is there any charge for that, or is it
No charge at all.
no charge? It's absolutely free. I actually saw up in New Jersey where they had a protest because they were charging $10 to get your kids' picture taken with Santa at the mall. But here in Chattahoochee, Florida, you can do it absolutely free. So there you go. Chattahoochee's I'll tell you a little bit about its history. Chattahoochee's a beautiful community. It actually is one of the oldest cities in Florida from the United States era anyway. The actual city of Chattahoochee dates back to the 1820s. It was first Mount Vernon, but then they had some difficulty with the mails, as the story goes, because there was also a Mount Vernon, Alabama, and of course a Mount Vernon, Virginia. And so they changed the name, and they changed the name to Chattahoochee. Now, Chattahoochee is an Indian word. It's a Creek Indian word. It basically means flowered stone. And it came from a bluff high up on the Chattahoochee River that had many different colors in the bluff. And so the name of it, the river took the name, and then the river gave the city its name, and that's how Chattahoochee got its name. Let's take a look just around at some of the activities going on. And as you can see, there's a lot of folks out and about. It's a pretty afternoon. People are enjoying themselves, and there's a lot of kids here. They're going to get really revved up here in less than 10 minutes, I feel sure. So the activity is definitely going to pick up. If you're out watching and you're in the area, come on down. Now, let me remind you also, this is the live broadcast, but we will be rebroadcasting today's events and interviews all the way up through New Year's on 2 Egg TV. And I think you'll enjoy that as well. Let me tell you a little bit about 2 Egg TV while we're waiting for the big guy's arrival. 2 Egg TV kind of grew from a concept that we had a while back to create kind of an off the beaten path kind of channel. Channel that would roam around and show you really neat places that you might not otherwise see. And of course, Chattahoochee is a place you might otherwise see, but we also want to go live to different community events throughout the Southeast, not just here close to home. And thus far, we've gone live here in Chattahoochee and Chipley, but we have a number of other events coming up. We'll be down on the east coast of Florida some in January. We're going to St. Augustine. We're planning a trip to Helen, Georgia, to Savannah, Georgia, to a lot of places like that. But we are broadcasting from a studio in 2 Egg, or actually, I guess in the suburbs would be the way to put it. Right now, we are streaming live over the internet, and you can watch us at 2egg.tv on the internet, or you can go onto YouTube and just look up 2 Egg TV and watch us there. Next week, we will launch our Apple TV, Roku, and Google Play channels. And so those will come up next week, and you'll be able to watch the rebroadcast of this and some of many of our other stories that we have done on those outlets. And then hopefully in January, we have an even bigger surprise for everyone as our amount of programming begins to fill up, and we're set to begin broadcasting, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. But we have some definite surprises coming as we begin to build, the #1 channel in 2 Egg, Florida. Which you may think that's not saying a lot, but our people are kind of ornery in 2 Egg, so it takes a little bit to please them. But we've had good feedback so far. All of our programming is done commercial free. When we run a commercial, it is either before the program starts or after it ends. And as anyone who's watched any of our programs notice, sometimes you'll see, a quick commercial pop up in the beginning. But our actual programs are run completely commercial free. That will make our documentaries flow a little better, we think, without chopping them up, and make everything fun. We are about 6 minutes from the arrival of Santa Claus. Yep, they're saying 10 minutes over there. We hear Miss Pam in the background. So I see the kids are definitely getting excited here. And all she mentioned, she said Santa Claus, and every kid in the crowd stopped and looked.
That's right. That's right.
Well, Ben, thank you very
Thank you.
much
Thanks again,
for
man.
joining us. It was good.
Appreciate
It was good having
Thank
you with
you.
us,
Thank you.
and great event here. It's a lot of
Absolutely.
fun. So,
Neat
and
idea.
we look forward to the tree lighting a little bit later too.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot. We'll go back and just take a look around. And I was telling you a little bit about the history of Chattahoochee. Part of that history is geared around the Apalachicola River. And the community is located on the upper end of the Apalachicola River. The river, of course, is Florida's major waterway. It actually is fed by the Chattahoochee and Flint rivers, which rise high in the mountains of North Georgia. If you've ever heard of the community of Helen, Georgia, the Chattahoochee River rises near there, kind of at the foot of Brasstown Bald, which is the highest point in Georgia. The water flows down past Atlanta, past Columbus, Georgia, into Lake Seminole, which also borders Chattahoochee. And it is here at Lake Seminole that the Apalachicola River is formed, where the Chattahoochee and the Flint rivers flow together. The uh, the river gives life to the oyster fisheries in Apalachicola Bay and to many, many people who live along its banks. Here in Chattahoochee, there's a lot that is unique to see. One of the most interesting points is the River Landing Park here in Chattahoochee. And if you go there, you will see historical markers for Nichols Outpost. That was a British fort of the War of 1812. It was one of only 2 British forts built on the entire Gulf Coast. And you can see that at River Landing Park. Yeah, we'll be seeing them coming down the street in just a little bit. They will come from up the street, and in fact, let me turn here. We'll get a good view from where we'll see them. And this is going to be kind of neat. We've got a police escort, and they're going to be leading in the 2 ATV players. They're riding their unicycles, and following them will be Santa as he arrives here in Heritage Park in Chattahoochee as part of today's activities. And you can see there are folks beginning to gather around and get ready to for the arrival of Santa. We'll see him pull up right here. So we've got a really good view of where we can see him, and I think everyone is going to enjoy that. This is just one of, as we mentioned, one of the many activities that Chattahoochee Main Street does. They're a great organization, and they do a lot for the community. Let's give you a different view. There you see the fountain here in Heritage Park. In the background, you can see people enjoying the day. A lot of kids out, a lot of parents out with their children. Just a really nice event and a nice day going on here in Chattahoochee. Continuing to tell you a little bit about the history of Chattahoochee. As I mentioned to you, the town itself was founded in the 1820s. Prior to that, in 1817, there was a dramatic Seminole War battle fought here called the Scott Massacre of 1817. There was that battle in which Creek, Seminole, and Black Seminole warriors attacked a U.S. Army boat that was making its way up the river. They had been provoked by a U.S. attack on the nearby town of Foultown, Georgia. And as a result of that attack, Florida eventually became part of the United States. So there's all kinds of history here. There's all kinds of activity here. There's a lot to be proud of for the people here in Chattahoochee. At the river landing, you can also see prehistoric Indian mounds that date back roughly 1,000 years. They're roughly 1,000 years old. So a lot going on here in Chattahoochee. Really, really historic town. The streets are lined with oak trees. The downtown area is very beautiful with a number of old brick buildings and such that really give it a unique flavor, a unique character. And the Main Street effort being underway is really helping everyone to feel some pride in the community and to be part of the revitalization that is taking place here. A lot going on, great community, and they're putting this together today. Now, I hear the sirens in the distance, so let's check it out and see what we see. I believe Santa will be joining us just momentarily. I do hear the sirens coming, and that's great news for everyone who's been waiting for the arrival of the big guy himself, Santa Claus, or St. Nicholas. he'll be arriving. You can see everyone beginning to make their way out towards the street, and he's going to arrive right about in there. So we've got a great view of him. This is going to be great. As you can tell, he's being let in by the Chattahoochee Police Department. Check out all the kids running. There's no kids. A lot of kids, a lot of noise. Let's listen to the police arrive. Here they come. All right. Santa's escort is arriving, and everyone is excited. Everyone's waiting, and he is just about to make it. And we've got a great view of him. He's going to come right by here in front of us. I see more lights shining. I see more people gathering. There come the two ATV players on their unicycles. You can see them out there, and we're proud to have our crowd here. And there comes Santa Claus himself. You see their antique Model A fire truck. It's Chattahoochee's very first fire truck. You can see it there. We got a nice view of Santa Claus hopping down off the truck, and now he is making his way over here. And that is just outstanding. We've got a really good event. If you want to bring your kids out today while we're live to spend some time with Santa Claus, this is the time to do it. And there he comes. There comes the big guy, as we would say. You can tell that the kids have really been waiting for him and are lined up for him. And there goes Santa past our TXTV cameras as we go. And check out the crowd that's following him. That is just great. And Santa's making his way over to his area there. Let's see here if we can get him in the picture. There he is back there. He's right behind the tree, I believe. Let's see if we can keep. There he is back there. And now the kids are going to line up and enjoy some time with Santa Claus. So that is outstanding. And the kids are lining up, as you can see. And they are all very excited that Santa Claus has arrived. So we're going to get our cameras all angled around so we can get a good view of everybody who's out. Let's see here if we can adjust this shot a little bit. Check that out. All the kids are lining up. Some real little cuties out there. You can see some bright colors and everybody having fun. And everyone is lining up to get their pictures. They seem to be. There's Santa Claus himself, kind of hiding behind the bush there. Let me switch cameras back and see if we can get a better angle of it. Let's see here. We kind of got our cameras tangled up.
And also the 2X trio of unicyclists for being here today.
Yeah, they're thanking you guys for being here.
And the Chattahoochee Police Department for their
There we
escort.
go.
So
You can see Santa back there.
Down this line right here where
I think we're doing good here. Let's see here. Why don't you sit down and join me? I think we'll be okay. That's not too bad. We got a nice view of Santa right under the crook of the tree there, so we're good. So we've got the whole trio here. You guys have made it back, and you had a good time there, it looks like. I'm here. Rachel Conrad is joining me now. We got the whole Conrad clan out here, I guess. Got Heidi and Elijah. You guys want to come around behind and join us? There's Heidi back there. Hi there. So tell us the thrill of riding a unicycle through downtown Chattahoochee. There's Elijah as well joining us.
To take over 9 is a fun thing.
Yeah.
And I really like the old fire truck.
Yeah, isn't that great? The fire truck is from, now that everyone's cleared away, I can give you a really nice view of it, I think. The fire truck, I believe they said dates from 1929. It is a Model A. Yeah, this is a Model A fire truck. Let's see here. Check it out there. There it is out past the monument between us and the subway. And this is Chattahoochee's original fire truck. This is the truck that they bought way back when. They keep it maintained here. And there's Elijah over. Yeah, doing his best Vanna White. That's good. That's excellent. Excellent. Thank you.
So when did you say they incorporated this fire truck?
They bought this fire truck, I believe, Bernie was saying in 1929.
Wow.
And they've had it ever
It
since.
looks really good for you.
Yeah, it looks, looks better than I do from when I was born. And they
You were born in 29.
I was born in 1929. Yes, I was 1929. I look pretty good, you know,
You do look
to
good.
be 29. Yeah, yeah. But
So Santa Claus has arrived. And
Santa's
everybody's
arrived.
getting their picture taken.
Everyone seems to be having a good time, and this is really a great event here. Let
We
me
had
tell you.
elves on unicycles.
We did have elves on unicycles, which was fun. And let's turn this camera back around. Let's see if we can get some more shots of the crowd for you. Let's see, I don't know what that is.
So we heard you interviewed Chattahoochee Main Street.
I did. We've been talking to Chattahoochee Main Street. We've been talking to a lot of different people.
Chattahoochee's really coming alive.
Yeah, Chattahoochee is really coming to life. It's a good community. It's a good, friendly community.
I like this little party part that you have.
Yeah, there's you see Santa and everyone lined up to see Santa. Yeah, I think I see your friend Melissa over there in line. I don't know why she elbowed out some kids, but
She said she was going to take pictures.
get pictures. That's what she's doing. Gotcha. But there you see, they're all lined up to see Santa, and some of them are just so cute. You know, and I think it's a good time, and we talk about this sometimes, but you know, Santa Claus is the embodiment of the spirit of Christmas. He represents St. Nicholas, who a long time ago took mercy on poor people and handed out money and gifts from the church to help them. But we also want to remember that there's a different reason for the season. It goes far beyond, you know, a fun afternoon with Santa Claus or a parade or something. And that's that this is the time of year that Christians celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ.
And lots of people are having Christmas programs to commemorate that. And this is the reason for the season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. You know, it is the reason for the
And
season.
this is all fun and games, and it's I love this time of year for everybody. And how we celebrate it.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's a fun time of year. It is the kids all light up. That's always fun to see. But everyone, I think, who believes as we do, feels a little something extra this time of year. And maybe it's a feeling that we'll do better next year at carrying through the year with us. You know. In fact, tomorrow we're going to be at Collins Chapel Baptist Church, which is in Malone, Florida, and we're going to. It's a very old church, very historic church, and you are coordinating a musical program there.
I've coordinated a Christmas program that is going to have the storytelling and music and children's choir, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And you are going to grace us with a storytelling.
Yeah, I'm actually, I wrote a book a few years ago that called A Christmas in Two Egg, Florida, that has become my best-selling book. Go figure, you know.
Yes.
You
And your
know?
shortest book is
Yes, my shortest book. I wrote it as a request for my son to do as a church play, and then once I had written it, they didn't need to play anymore, and so I turned it into a book. But it's yeah, I did make good use of it, and it's a neat little book. But yeah, it is. It has Christmas in Two Egg. More than 100,000 people have read that book, which just amazes me. And I'm going to do some readings from Christmas in Two Egg, and then an angel will join us and sing "O Holy Night" as we conclude that. So we're going to have a good time tomorrow. And if
That's
you
at 11 o'clock.
so 11 o'clock
Chapel in Malone, Florida.
tomorrow morning. That's 11 o'clock Central Time because we're crossing the timeline here. 11 o'clock Central Time at Collins Chapel Baptist Church in Malone.
Yes, I'm calling Chapel Road.
It's easy enough to find. And if you can't make it there, coming up next week, we will be doing a special presentation of a Christmas in Two Egg live on Two Egg, or not live, but pre-recorded live on Two Egg TV, so you can see it that way. Yeah, and I had a lot of fun writing it, and I'm actually working on the sequel these days. And it's sold so well that I've decided we're now going to have, you know, St. Patrick's Day in Two Egg, Easter in Two Egg, 4th of July in Two Egg. Might as well, you know, because
Gotta have Easter too.
yeah, all of those. So, you have to check out some of these kids in line over here. They are right here. There's one little fellow over there with a Batman mask on. I guess they're doing face painting. There's your friend Melissa hogging the camera again, as you can see.
She's making friends with all the kids.
She seems to be.
Kindergarten teacher.
It seems to be. And we got just a nice crowd, and I'll scan the camera around a little bit so you can see some of the other things that are going on. Yeah, we got the Chattahoochee Police Department over there. Hey, guys. Thank y'all for joining us tonight and for all you do. There's Bernie Howell, who drove the fire truck in, I believe, didn't he?
Man, I want to do
Yeah, that's a good job. You know? But we have a lot going on, and we're about to wrap up our live broadcast here from Chattahoochee, Florida.
Well, we really thank you for joining us.
We do thank you for joining us, and remember that in coming days you'll be able to see A Christmas in Two-Egg, Florida on Two-Egg TV, and you can watch replays of this broadcast on Two-Egg TV. I think it is all for a good cause. We are here commercial free, and we are really happy to have been a part of everything that is going on here in Chattahoochee, Florida. So thank you for joining us, and there's the Chattahoochee Christmas. Just bring that up. Whoops, wrong one. I keep bringing up the wrong one, which I don't know why I do that. But anyway, let's just.
This is a very new channel.
This is a very new channel. This, in fact, is only our second broadcast we've ever done. The activities here will continue until 6 o'clock Eastern Time tonight, so that's about another hour and 20 minutes.
We started going down in Chattahoochee as well.
Yeah, at the historic Apalachicola Arsenal and Conference Center, they are doing Polar Express this evening. And if you have a ticket, and they may have a few spaces left, but it's mostly by advance pre-tickets. You can probably get one from Main Street here. And I know they told me they had around 70 kids already signed up who are going to get to watch the show of Polar Express and meet Santa tonight as well.
6 o'clock.
It's till 6 o'clock Eastern Time. Santa is here. You can get yours free. And I mentioned there's some malls this year and other places are charging kids to have their pictures taken with Santa, but you can get them taken live with Santa here in Chattahoochee tonight for free. So we thank you all for joining us. I'm Dale Cox.
And I'm Rachel Conrad.
And Elijah. Thank you, Elijah. And you've been watching this year's Project Share from Chattahoochee, Florida and Chattahoochee Main Street on Two-Egg TV.